I haven't really done you know, a huge amount on this Apple Watch, so bear with me slightly on this. I'm going to probably just do this as a separate individual video. Very much a Garmin fanboy, I have to say, and I did buy the Apple Watch 7 thing. Whilst I've brought you know, quite a few other G-Shocks and a few Rolex and a Montane, this is probably the only one that I've bought that I just haven't, you know, haven't got into, as it were. I did a video, but I've not edited it yet, about 2 months ago, transferring the SIM card from my Samsung phone to my Apple phone, because I use two phones. I operate two phones. I've got a Samsung Galaxy S21 and the Apple iPhone 13 Pro Max, and the Apple phone primarily for my camping trips, for watching videos and making videos on it, because the video quality on it is very good, you know, especially for YouTube. And obviously when the Apple Watch 7 came out, you know, I was very keen to give it a you know, really good try, and I even went so far as to switching the SIM cards from my Samsung over to the Apple Watch to make the Apple phone and watch like the main thing. But even though I did that, I was still finding that I was constantly wearing my Garmin Fenix 7 watch, and I was wearing the Apple Watch on the left wrist quite a lot of the time. I slept in it, you know, I tried to do various things with it, and I will, because I paid 400 bloody pounds for this thing. So, you know, I will try and do some more with it, but I have kind of like switched it back to the secondary phone, which it was anyway, even when I switched the SIM card over. I will try and do more, and I do apologize that this isn't a very exciting you know, video for you. I have done some video on music on here, charging it in camp, and the sleep information, and I will try and get these edited as soon as I can. If you're an Apple Watch 7 fanboy, don't just dislike this video and leave no comments or anything like that, because I'd like to be able to do something constructive. I will say this, that this is never going to become my main watch. It just would never will. It doesn't fit in with my lifestyle and what I'm doing. My Garmin watch just lives on the right, and I just couldn't really take it off. It just lives there, just like it's stuck there. And I tried to have the Apple Watch live on the left, but then I was finding I was missing my Rolex watches or my G-Shock watches or the Montane or you know, whatever else. I did wear it for at least 2 weeks uninterrupted, and the strange thing I did find with it is I'd be having a conversation with my wife, and you know how you do sometimes, you're sort of waving your arm around, you know, gesticulating, you know, or over that way darling, or over that way darling, or yes darling, whatever you say darling, and you're kind of moving your arm around like this, and the Apple Watch was on my wrist, and it would start talking to me without me even asking it something, and it would be hearing what I was saying, and then it would start asking, I don't understand, please repeat, or it would repeat what I just said. And I must admit, it did bring rather some humorous moments, which I rather needed, one has to say. I've tried using the, you know, the walk function. The sleep function seems to work quite well on it. I did use the sleep function, which I use on the Garmin watch. It would know when I was exercising, so about 10 to 15 minutes into a walk, it would actually ping up a message and say, are you walking? And then you just press it yes, and it will actually know when you're walking. So even if you don't start it, which is quite clever, it will actually backtrack your walk, as it were, and it will start your walk even though you didn't start it. And I did use that quite a lot. That was probably the main thing that I used. I did use it, I think, once for a phone call, and I might try it again at some point. And that seemed to work okay. You know, you had to hold your wrist a bit like this to talk into it, and I will try and do to see whether it will do navigation or something like that. But unfortunately, View Ranger, which was like the premier system for navigating, which had an app that went on here, and which many of the big YouTubers that have been talking about this in previous versions would always mention that View Ranger is like literally their top 10, or in their top 10 app. Unfortunately, View Ranger doesn't exist anymore. It's a really, it is a nice watch, and if you don't have another watch and you have an Apple phone and you want something that, you know, talks to you, tracks your sleep, tracks your exercise, keeps an eye on your heart rate and everything else like that, and you don't want the bulk or the size of the Garmin unit, which in my opinion is far superior, even though I've not really used this so much, I just think that everything that you want for outdoors and just general day-to-day use is on the Garmin. And yes, I know this is more of a smart watch and the Garmin is more of an outdoor activity watch with smart features. The Garmin does everything that this does that I need it to do. Okay, the Garmin doesn't take and answer phone calls, although you can press a button to take the call, and if you had earbuds in your ear, you could, I think, start talking without taking your Samsung phone out of your pocket. So you could actually use it wirelessly that way. You can reply to messages with the Garmin, but only preset messages. You can't type a message or reply to a message on here, and I did want to try that, but the screen realistically is just so small, and I don't exactly have big fingers, but realistically the screen is so small that I just I couldn't get into using it to type a message. You could try to record a message, but then it didn't seem to want to dictate it. It seemed to just want to send it as a voice message, which wasn't what I wanted. I wanted it to do, you know, a typey message, but talk it, and then it would type it for a dictation. It's probably me, so like I said, don't just dislike the video because you're a fanboy of this and you dislike someone not being a fanboy of it. I just couldn't get into it, and I wanted to. That's why I spent 400 odd pounds on it, and I partly regret, you know, doing that. I've not regretted any of my other watches, even though I may not wear them all that often. They will get some use, but I just can't get into this one, and I want to be able to you know, do a slightly better video for you, you know, in the future. And I do apologize, I just haven't really got, you know, around to it. I'm just quite busy with other things, and I just haven't been able to get into it. I have done some video over the previous few months, so I will try and get some of that uploaded. I looked at the music on here, but I got a bit confused, so I'll try and get that video edited, but I might end up just doing that, you know, again. I'm not quite sure yet. I think I've done a video on the sleep track on this versus this. That was a few months ago as well, so I'll try and get that uploaded. I've also done a video of this. So I've done a few videos on this, on this compared to this, for how easy and useful it is to charge when you're in camp. So that's something else. So I have done some. I just need to try and get around to, you know, getting them uploaded, as it were, or get them edited. I've just, like I said, I do apologize. This is a bit of an ad hoc video. I just wanted to just get something up together for you, just so it was quick and simple to edit, and then I will try and catch up with my tail, you know, in the not too distant future. But like I said, I think if you're in the Apple system, you know, the Apple ecosystem, and you don't really have a watch, and you want something that can, you know, hook up to your phone, then yes, I think you will enjoy it. you know, other than that, just stick with your regular watch. Or if you're into the outdoors like I am, then I genuinely think that you will find the Garmin watches. This is the Fenix 7X. They're just for the outdoors, they're just better. But like I said, I haven't really dug really deep into this. So, you know, take my opinion with a bit of a pinch of salt. I'm not trying to persuade you one way or the other. Most of you have probably turned off by now anyway. But if you've got any thoughts or opinions or comments that are constructive, maybe something that I can look at on here specifically, and maybe to do a video that would help you or other people, even if you know about it and you just want like a Tony video on it, rather than a Desfit or a Chaser Summit or, you know, any of these other, you know, massive names that do these things, you know, then leave a comment below and then I'll have a look at it, because maybe I just need some inspiration to have a better look at this Apple Watch, try and get something out of the money that I spent on it anyway. And I don't really fancy giving it away because it's £400 worth. So like I said, if you've got any ideas, get back to me. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe if you've enjoyed this rather ad hoc video, and I will see you in the next video of some description or another. I just can't get into it myself at the moment. I'll catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.